we'll talk to you about today. In Kadish, we hold a Mesif Hay. So we said the only way that Yaakov Avinu can defeat Esav is by first of all shutting off the mane by Lavan. Was the shirish, is the root of Esav. And I said yesterday, once you cut the head of the octopus, the arms go sort of limp. And this is, Targum, that's why Kadish is Dafka said, Lashon Targum, because as we said just before, Targum is, that's the pitch, that's the parquet, that's the playing field. Targum is Toivara, this is where it's mixed, this is where you work, that's your workplace. Ze Pchinas min Olam and Cheni Balak, from Olam Balak will lead me. Because Balak and Bilam, they wanted to overtake Am Yisrael and curse them Chas v'Shalom through the Pchin of Arami. Min Olam and Cheni Balak. Balak brings me, Bilam said, we're from Aram, from Arami, from that Lashon Targum. Because Balak and Bilam, they wanted to curse Am Yisrael and Chas v'Shalom through this aspect of Arami. In other words, the Shon Arami, the language of Aramaic, Lashon Targum, the language of Targum. This is where the natural sciences, this is where they feed. That once you contaminate that, you cannot be mekabel the chesed. And when the chesed already comes down to mishpach chesed, b'chinas kohen, but when the chesed actually comes down, the chesed is the aspect of kohen. This is a bracha, the birkas kohan that we talked about, because all the brachas, in other words, if you don't let Bilam, and his cohorts spoil the source, the fountain, at the metzach haratzon, what comes down is chesed. Chesed is the in of kohen. The main bracha is everything comes through the kohen, which is eschad. The kohen is the spigot, he's the faucet that lets down the chesed into the world. That's why Esav was so jealous of Yitzchak. Esav, that represents the natural sciences, was so jealous of Yaakov, he got the brachas on Yitzchak. Why? Because one of the brachas that he gave him, and strangers will come and shepherd your flocks, and people of other nations will come and till your fields. These are the brachas. This is the chesed. Hashem will give you from the dew of the sky and from the moisture and the oils of the land, the riches of the land. It means that Yavdu Chamim, other nations will serve you. Esav is the opposite of the brachas that comes to the chesed. Because the main chesed comes about when the ratzon, when the supernal favor is revealed. When the supernal will and resoluteness is revealed. Again, when I'm saying the words favor and I'm saying the word resoluteness, they seem to be the opposite of one another. Favor is nice, resoluteness is like tough. The answer over here is that there are two levels of ratzon. There's ratzon and there's ratzon sheberatzonis. The ratzon, the regular, is resoluteness. Many times we call it zerampin. This is with the judgment, the 24 batei, din. This is where it's like the police is supposed to, to make arrests. We're on order because our laws and whatever it is. Metzach HaRatzon, the source of the Ratzon is a presidential pardon. It's beyond the king, it's beyond the police, it has a koyach to supersede the police. These are both means of expressing authority. Police is, exerting authority within the rules. Presidential pardon is exerting authority beyond the rules. The favor of the presidential pardon is higher than the resoluteness of the police or the army or whatever. They're both actually one thing. They're both expression of the kingdom, of the authority. Pardon is so great, even though there are rules, there are everything else. Give you pardon. This is an even greater revelation of the authority of Kadish Baruch Hu. Within the Zerampim, within the reality, within the rules, there's you do the crime, you do the time. It's like they are both revelation of the same authority. When you go to Metzach HaRatzon, this is where the favor comes. When it's in a form of chesed, of favor, it's kohen. This is what I wants to nip in the bud. כי עיקר חסד נמשך רק בנסגלוס הרוצן. כמו שכוסו בעשב, it is said about Esav, and as Rashi explained, this talks about Esav, V'yehav klolo v'tevayo, and he loved a curse, and it will come to him. V'lo chofetz b'vmocha, and he wasn't interested, he didn't want the bracha. Because Esav, chochmas hateva, is the opposite of bracha. Because bracha means, what does it mean? It means that listen, you make 1,000 shekels, and you make 1,000 shekels. According to Esav, 1,000 shekels is only 1,000 shekels. According to the bracha means, if you have bracha in 1,000 shekels, it'll last you for a lot of things. If there's no bracha in money, it lasts you for nothing. For nothing. It comes in and out. You think it's like you drink a diuretic. It goes in and out. Boom, boom, finish. Like the money wasn't even there. Right? And when there's bracha in the money, little money, it lasts and it lasts and it lasts. Esav is the opposite of that. No such thing. Hey, it's 1,000, it's 1,000, 1,000, I don't care. Esav is hepech haBrocha, which is B'chinas Chesed. That's why he was jealous of Yaakov HaBrochas. Because Esav represents Chochmas HaTeva. And all the time, he forces himself to disguise and to hide out B'chinas HaRotzin. לבטל הברוchas chas v'sholom, to cancel out the brochas chas v'sholom. Ad she'olach Yaakov b'beis Lavan, until when? Until Yaakov went to the house of Lavan, v'yichniach chochmas hateva b'shorshei, and he defeated the wisdom of nature in the root. V'az nisbat lo nimela koyach Esav chokach chochmas hateva. Then the force of nature, the force of Esav was cancelled out automatically. V'az udam al brochas. Then he confessed, he admitted, he forwent the brachas, as Chazal said. Al apostle ki yelech asher lach. Let what's yours be yours. When Esav said, when they met, in Parshas Vayishlach, when they met, and Yaakov Avinu gives them all these gifts, and Esav said, yelech asher lach, let what's yours be yours. And Karno Dalal Brochas, this is when Esav admitted, forwent the brachas. Okay, what's yours is yours. It's yours. That's why Bilam and Balak, they wanted to curse out Am Yisrael. So they had to go to the root of Esav. They had to go to Aram, in Aram and Cheni Balak. They wanted to curse Am Yisrael. Min Aram and Cheni Balak. Why? Kidaga de B'chinas Aram. Dafka through the aspect of Aram. In others, Loshen Aram, in Loshen Targum. On Dafka this he wanted to overtake to overtake the Chochmas HaTeva that feeds off Lashon Targum, Arami. Because what that does, once this source is plugged up, Chas v'Chalila, and this En Yochalim Kabel Brocha Chas v'Shalom, you're not able to become a Kabel Brocha Chas v'Shalom. When Chochmat HaTeva overtakes, is on the ascent. אבל לא היה להם כוח לגמור מחשבתו והרוח חס ושלום. They didn't have a כוח to actually finish it off. כי למס, ישראל, היה להם אמונה גדולה בהשם ובמוישה. עם ישראל had great אמונה in השם and in מוישה. ואוי סדור גילה הרוצן באוילום שעל כל ברצונו לסבורך לבד. That particular generation was distinct in history of mankind. That particular generation has its stamp on the revelation of the fact that Hashem runs the world more than any other generation in history. They came out of Mitzrayim with all the Makkahs and in the Midbar and the Man and everything. This is a generation that has one tafkid, one function to reveal the fact that Hashem runs the show. Hashem rules. Your eyes see all the great deeds of Hashem that He did. And all the miracles and all the amazing things that Moshe did in front of the eyes of the entire Israel. Because Moshe represents the will of wills, the very source of everything. Why? Because this is where Moshe was nostalgic. This is what Moshe, when he left the world, this is where he went to. I mean, this is where he came from. He was actually, quote unquote, he was borrowed from Rabbi the Rabbi throughout his lifetime. So when he died, he just went there to where he actually belonged. That's why he had the koyach to tie up all the wills of all the people, the good and the bad. The good and the bad, to tie everything to the root of the Ratzin. That's why Bilam didn't have an opening, to curse out. Adrabah. It was switched over Meklol al-Bracha, from curse to a blessing. Through the great revelation of the Ratzin that was then at the time of Moshe Rabbeinu. What I wanted to tell you regarding this Indian, it also ties into the Bura Emunah that we learned today. You see, when a person is miskarev in avodas Hashem, there's a natural tendency to want to have your cake and eat it too. In other words, I want to become holier. I want to advance in avodas Hashem. I want to do whatever it is that I want to do. Whatever it is that you do, if you learn Daf Yomi or whatever it is that you do, okay, you have your... Now, in the meantime, there are little niggling things, habits that a person is into. Whatever it is, it can be watching movies, it can be, games, it can be reading books, it could be, it can go in clubbing, it could be many different things. Okay, each one according to the Madrega way he's holding. The thing is that a person sort of like has an envelope of comfort. You go to shul, you daven, you do your thing. Maybe you have a shir or two, whatever it is that you. It's wonderful, great. And you have your little side games that you play. You don't go overboard. You don't go crazy. That's what we are. Just like it. Then you want to start moving ahead. You want to advance, right? Okay. Now the side things, the bad which is mixed up with the good of your life, becomes more and more toxic. The more you advance in avodas Hashem, until now it was okay. It was not. Okay. It was like but sort of it was balanced. It didn't drive you crazy. The minute you get into avodas Hashem, the minute you forge ahead, it can suddenly bring you, set you back to things that you haven't done in a long, long time. Well, the stuff that you used to do in your darkest periods. And you wonder like, whoa, where did this come from? What's going on? What? The answer is, you became vulnerable to bad. Before you didn't push, you didn't make waves. All right. And so it says, okay, let the bum go. Let sleeping dog lies. You want to move ahead? I'll show you. The little tumula, that until it was a big spritz, it was a big, bam! It can get you to a place where you lose control. Not just that, just like you know where you are, there's a Olam Haba, but you can't help yourself. And this could be a devastating feeling. The answer in such a time is a sikha that Rabbeinu gave, that he said, I could do the worst aver in the world, and I will remain the same tzaddik as I was before. The Rebbe says, only what? I'll do tshuva. In other words, no matter what kind of dip you took, even if you behaved like an animal, you did things that's like the worst. Rav Lezer, when he said the Sefer says the Rebbe could have killed a Jew. You killed a Jew. What are you going to do? You killed a Jew. La Levi, give birth to a mamzer. What can you do? It's like the despair that settles in such a thing is like beyond compare. I mean, the devastation, the elan, the morale is totally devastated. And a person gets, miyush, and gets despaired, and then the door just opens. Just the main thing, dafka, then, is to know no. The reason why it happened to you is because you dared going forward, because you dared advance in avodas Hashem. Keep strong. Realize what are the things that contaminated you. If you can give them up, Makta. If you cannot give them up, Beseda. But realize this is what it is. You have to daven about them. You have to deal with them. It's not like, but I can't leave them. So what do you want from my life? I mean, I can't leave them. So what? You want not to do avodas Hashem? I can't leave this because if I didn't have a little bit of respite or a little bit of entertainment, I'd go crazy. I know myself. I can't do it. I can't sit down and learn all day long. I can't just cook and eat all day long. I can't go hiking all day long. I mean, it's just like I am who I am. I mean, I'll go crazy. Fine. Talk to Hashem about it. This is what Atidnu Domiloi. Don't talk to Hashem about it. Hashem, this is what's happening. I can't deal with it. Since Hashem will lead you. Hashem will give you, okay, this is now you can give it up. Sometimes the Kadish will do with you a bigger favor that suddenly you won't be able to do it. It's like, I don't know, if you're used to watching movies, suddenly you won't be able to watch more than 10, 15 minutes. And you're like, I can't do this. You'll naturally outgrow it, whatever it is. And sometimes you have to take a jump. Like the exchange children, you have to take a jump. You have to sell stuff and you have to embark, get a job and embark in a new way. You have to talk about it, but the main thing is don't lose your spirit. Don't use Isgalus Aram. Don't lose Isgalus Aratzon. Don't lose Isgalus Aratzon, which is now use the resoluteness. Use the root. I'm resolute. I'm all messed up. Okay, so I'm messed up. It's part and parcel of Avodas Hashem. That's the fight in the trenches. You know, you want to be the offensive line. You want to be the defensive line. You know, got to take some blows. You know, you got to do it. Don't be afraid. Don't be rattled. This is a man's job, you know.
Man's got to do what man's got to do.
Yeah, no, you got to be tough. You got to tough it out. Even if you fell and you failed and mamish, totally, to the nth degree. And what I'm saying now, when the time comes, and it will come if you actually see somebody Hashem. If you're not serious, don't worry about it, it won't happen. If you're serious about Hashem, there'll come a time, they'll push you, Mishamayim, they'll push you into something. You say, I can't believe I did this, I'm dead, now I'm dead, I'm worse than dead. And these diborim I said now, you will remember them, but they will seem so far away. Like, who is he talking to? It's not me. He's not talking about me. He's not talking about me. He's talking about, somebody who was learning, was doing. All of a sudden, I don't know, I made a bracha with not enough kavana. He wasn't talking about me. I am finished. I'm dead. You can stick a fork in me. I'm done. I'm finished. It's natural. It's normal. Talk to Hashem. Talk to Hashem. And about everything, tell Hashem, Ribono Shel Olam, everything that I pass, even the worst of the worst, is under your control. And I believe and I trust in the love that you love me. Hashem. I believe in the love that you love me. Because everything's happening, Hashem is doing. Even the others. I have to get out of it. We'll have to find, what and how and this and tactics, how to handle it. But thank you for everything that happened. Good, bad, the ugly. Everything.